Hi, everybody. Good evening. I don't know why I feel the need to get all even more situated once it goes live. That must be some weird nerves thing, because I'm all ready and then it goes live and I go and get all more ready. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend and is rested. I don't know. Maybe you guys have tomorrow off too. That would be awesome. I do not. Well, so today we are still in the beginner phases, as I've been talking about, of meditation, but we're going to bring sort of an element of seriousness to it this time. Something seems blurry. Is that just my own? Okay. Sorry about that, you guys. We're going to start to really dig in. Okay. So, over the last few weeks, we've been talking more about what meditation is, just kind of how it can benefit you, leading you through some just simple breathing exercises, setting up expectations around meditation and what you can expect and how long, and really trying to get you guys to commit to trying to do it a little each day, and just starting to make that part of your day. At this point for me, meditation is like eating breakfast. It's just a non-negotiable. It's just part of what I do. And that's what it can be for you, but it does take time. But the reason that today I think is really special and near and dear to me is, I would say, it's one of the things that I think was one of my first gifts to myself when I started meditating, that I really noticed, that I really saw a truth that I was not seeing without meditation. And that's why this is called The Inner Roommate. So I don't know if you guys have heard of this book, but it's called You Are a Badass. Highly, 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 highly recommend it. If you have not, it's by Jill Sincero. Hey, Tiffany. Hi, Joanna. And, I love this quote. She says, "Be careful how you talk to yourself, because you're the only one that's listening." So that's really the focus of today's meditation, is to get acquainted. It's been called, Michael Singer, who wrote The Seat of the Soul, I believe, Untethered Soul, says that it is your inner roommate. Okay. It is this voice inside your head, which up for me until I started meditating, I thought was true. I thought that this voice was who I am. I thought this voice was speaking complete and 100% truth to me. And I had no idea that not only was what I was hearing, hi, Adele, oh my gosh, not only was I thinking that this voice was me and was completely speaking truth, I also thought I didn't have any choice in this matter. This was what was thought. This was what was true. I had zero separation from it. And frankly, it ran a lot of my life. I would hear things like, I'm not good enough. I would hear things like, oh, you'll never do that, or you'll never get that, or, you'll be happy when. You'll be happy when. That was a big one for me. When when you get that, when you have whatever external thing, in this voice, this inner roommate, it's time to call it out and make you all aware of it. And this is one of the biggest benefits you will get from meditation is, when we do these meditations over the next few weeks, we're going to be watching thoughts. We're going to be watching this potentially this inner voice, because it does run a lot of the show. And, once you start to kind of see it, it's like you can't unsee it. And what you can practice doing in meditation is choosing your thoughts around this voice, whether or not you're going to believe it, listen to it, and potentially replace what this voice is telling you with something else, a different monologue going on in your head. because we do have the ability to do that, and we do not have to be at this voice's mercy. Now, this inner roommate has all sorts of different, it's also your ego. It's that part of you that's, comparing, judging yourself, judging others. And, not that the ego's all bad. I was just doing a meditation class here just within the last hour. And, I don't want to completely pick on the ego because it is there and it helps keep you safe. It's that fight or flight part of you, okay, that assesses the situation and decides whether or not it's safe. The challenge is, luckily for all of us that have these computers and we're on Facebook and we're doing things like this, we're not real worried about whether or not a lion is going to pounce on us or where our next meal is coming from. And so, I guess, for lack of a better way of putting it, this part of us, this kind of primal part of us, survival, doesn't have a whole lot to do. So it starts to make up stories. It starts to tell ourself things. This inner roommate starts to say things like, oh, that girl thinks she's so great, da, 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 da. Or who do you think you are teaching these meditations? And all of these sorts of things. And it's unfortunately, for most people, it's not usually very positive. It can be called your inner critic. I don't hear a lot of people say I have this beautiful inner cheerleader, but what we can do now that we're aware of it is we can change that and say, I am not going to subscribe to that anymore. I don't want to feel that way about myself or that other person. And I choose to see this differently. Instead of fear, I'm going to choose love. And that is always our choice. So, I guess that's really all I wanted to say about that. I do want to make a quick thing to say. I would love to hear more from you guys. Those of you that are joining pretty routinely, liking the videos, I would love to hear your questions, your experiences. Please share. I promise I'm not going to make you come on live here or anything, but it just really is such a great way for me to see what's working for you guys. And, because it's for me, this is really all about serving you. So, like this video, share it with your friends, invite your friends, to the group. And, let's really start to have more of a dialogue, speaking of monologues and dialogues, because I want this place to be a place to come and learn and grow, and for all of us, but I don't think it should just be me talking. So anyway, that is my plea to you. I would love to hear more from you guys and just kind of what your thoughts are. You can even say things. Don't be an inner critic. Here goes my inner critic. Don't be, telling me to shut up and stuff like that. But, I'm all for some positive and constructive feedback. So anyway, with that, what we're going to do, I'm just going to give you just a little brief. It's going to be short again, because I promised that we were going to begin with the newbies. And I know how hard it is for people who haven't sat still and trying to quiet that monkey mind of ours. And it can be pretty exhausting. So I'm not going to keep you guys too long tonight. But what the intention of this meditation is to start to tame that inner roommate. Now that we know that it's there, this critic, now that we know that it's part of us, but it's not us, that we can choose differently, we're going to practice some of that in a meditation. So the first piece will just kind of be getting centered and grounding, doing a little body scan. But then what I want us to do is intentionally on the in-breath, breathe in positivity. You can go with my cues of different words, or you can come up with your own, whatever's going to serve you. So maybe it's a situation that you want to go in a certain way. So you're just breathing in the best possible outcome for the highest good, right, in that situation. And then on the out breath, I want us to intentionally, physically see, visualize, I should say, these things leaving us that are no longer serving us. So again, you can go with my cues, like breathing out peace, breathing in peace, breathing out judgment. And I'll cue those. But if you have your own things that you're working through, your own, I don't want to say demons, but your own little things that you're wanting to let go of, then let that serve you, and just, have that leave you on your out breath. So it's really your own. But what I want us to do is intentionally choose these thoughts and breathe in these positive, beautiful, energetic, light thoughts, and just let those in, and just breathe out and let go of those sorts of things that are no longer serving you. And just knowing that this exercise is available to you anytime, your inner critic is running rampant in your head, and you can always stop. And I actually got this from Gabrielle Bernstein, and I think she got it from A Course in Miracles. But in any point, you can always stop yourself and say, I can choose peace instead of this. So thanks for 11 minutes of explanation this time. I think that's an all-time record. Okay, so with that, I invite you to find your most comfortable seat, and whatever that is for you. And lying down is always an option. And we're just going to start to breathe about it. Just deep, conscious inhales all the way, filling your belly with air and your lungs. And even more conscious exhales, fully getting all of that stale air completely out of your lungs. And in the past, I know we've counted here with the 5-point breathing. So if that's helpful for you to kind of find that center, feel free to count it out. Pausing between the inhales and the exhales, and just finding that moment of stillness in between breaths. With each breath, noticing as your awareness turns further and further inward, that the outer world just slips further and further away. It's off in the distance now, like looking through a telescope. It's far away. All that is here for you in this moment is your being. And breathing yourself in and out. I invite you to imagine that you have these roots that start to grow out of the base of your spine. And whatever colors come to mind is completely, entirely up to you. But I want you to visualize them beginning to grow out from your spine through whatever surface you're sitting on, deep, deep through the floor, deeper and deeper into the ground, branching off in a million different directions, going deeper and deeper, swirling and twirling all the way into the earth, so deep that you arrive at the earth's core, and your roots intertwine and wrap hundreds of times around this core, giving you such a strong support, grounding you into this space, into this moment, and into your peace. Just notice how it feels to be held in this space with this strength, completely held here in place. Your whole world held here in place by the earth. Your entire everything supported. I invite you now to begin to pull up some of the earth's loving and supportive energy up through the roots, up, coming through, up through the earth's surface, back up into the floor, through the floor, almost like an elevator, just rising up with this earth energy, filling your body fully. And just take a moment to just breathe that in and let it just completely fill you. Noticing any blocks or places that feel heavy or tense as this earth energy circulates through your veins and your bones, your muscles, fully filling you with love and support. Almost held, cradled. And as you sit in this bubble of earth energy, I invite you to begin that breathing process that we discussed. Breathing in love, breathing out anger. And I invite you on that out breath to just release, seeing it as it exits your body, trickling out, even like a brown smoke just twirling down through your roots, deep into the earth's core, far, far away from you. Breathing in kindness, breathing out judgment. Breathing in peace, breathing out frustration. Breathing in love and light. And letting go of any negative thought or situation that's no longer serving you. Breathing in and filling your whole being with gratitude. And exhaling any part of you that's just no longer serving you. Anger, frustration, judgment. Perhaps it's a situation. Continuing to just breathe in and let the positive light, love, peace fill you. And breathing out any of the negativity that you've been holding on to, watching it as it leaves, trickles down and out, winding through your roots back to the core of the earth. And breathing in joy, just pure joy. Letting go of resentment. Taking a few minutes here to cycle anything else that you want to breathe more of into your life, and letting go of anything that is no longer serving you, any thoughts or situation, knowing that you deserve better. Breathing in self-love and compassion, beauty, purity. Breathing out self-judgment, self-criticism. Taming that inner roommate. Knowing that you can always breathe from here and choose peace and love instead of whatever story it's trying to tell you about yourself or about someone else or even about a situation. Breathing in clarity and confidence, and breathing out worry and lack. Beginning to just tame that inner roommate. Calling it what it is. It's fear. One last time, breathing in love fully, completely. Let it fill your entire being with love. And breathing out fear completely. Watching it fall away from you, far, far away, deep, deep into the earth. I always like to end with gratitude. Gratitude for you taking this time to do this work, to get to know yourself and to love yourself in a true, pure, healthy, amazing way. It's simple, but it's not easy. And it takes time and practice. So much gratitude for your bravery, persistence, and patience with yourself. Thank you. And with that, I invite you to bring yourself back slowly into the room that you're in, into your body, maybe wiggling your fingers and toes, just getting reacquainted with the space. Taking a big, deep inhale and a cleansing breath, and just let it all go on the exhale. And when you're ready, you can blink open your eyes. Excuse me. I hope that process was as therapeutic for you as it has been for me over the years. Just knowing that part of you, you don't have to listen to that, and that it's not true for yourself or for anybody else. And that you can always choose love. You just have to cultivate that awareness to know when it's happening. I still fall victim to it, but my comeback rate is much stronger. I catch it. And I don't believe in it. So I invite you, as I always say, to please practice these techniques. If you don't want to go through the whole grounding piece, you can just purely breathe in the positive and out with the negative. Anytime, anywhere. It can be so powerful. I know it just feels like we're breathing and thinking about certain words, but I can promise you it's so much more on an energetic level and an internal level, a subconscious level. So just continue to do the work and keep showing up. And I want to hear from you. So like this, comment, let me know what's working for you. Let me know what's not. And I will see you all here next week. I am trying to get this time changed to maybe 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'm hoping so, because I think that it will be better served at that time, both here locally for a meditation circle I have, but also for all of you guys. So thank you again. I know this one went really long. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next week. Take care.